correcting Arko. David Arko claims that the laws of sexual immorality, that the Orthodox, we have to keep them. Yeah, everybody does. But we fall and stumble every day. And that if there's an unforgiven sin, and we die without confessing it to a priest, even though every Eastern Orthodox Christian knows we never confess to priests. Priests are a stand-in for the church, never for God. There's no Christ vicar on earth except the church as collective, which is the bride of Christ. There will be a multitude of sins that we all die without confessing them to man or God. What washes us? Baptism. What unites us? The flesh that resurrects? The Eucharist. When in doubt, hold to these two things. And if need be, go confess to the church, which is too shameful, so there is a stand-in. Ever since Christianity became legalized, people stopped confessing in front of the church. And the priest is the stand-in for the church. What are the first words the priest says when, quote-unquote, absolution happens? I, a humble sinner, hath no power to forgive. It doesn't seem that David Arko is familiar with any Eastern Orthodox material, nor knows how it's interpreted. That's like going to Jehovah's Witness to find out what Lutherans believe, by studying Jehovah's Witness, the Watchtower organization. Well, see this Bible right here, it says a God, so there's two gods. So Lutherans believe there's two gods and they disavow the Trinity. No. This is, I would love to talk with David Arko on a hangout, on a cell phone. He can record the conversation and check everything that I say. Or he could just go to Archbishop Lazar. That's an Archbishop of Canada. Or I should say in Canada, since it doesn't confuse him. Baptism in the Eucharist. I, chief among sinners. This is what we say right before we take the Eucharist. Everyone says that. Chief among sinners. If you think you're holy and you're pure and you're without sin, you don't take the Eucharist. It's dangerous. Ooh, it's a superstition. Yeah, like resurrection of the dead or virgin births, because Paul says, yeah, you could get sick or die. And we believe that. We don't screw around with these things. That's why I tell even people of other denominations, are you baptized in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit? Have you taken the Eucharist? Hold to these things. Can anybody be saved? No. It requires a miracle from God. So could somebody become sinless? Requires a miracle from God. There it is. I mean, am I sinless? No. Even when I'm trying to do good, I don't do good. Even when I do good, pride comes. Just like Paul said. Again, if somebody were to read Corinthians, Galatians, and Romans, they would look around and see no other option than the Eastern Orthodox Communion. There are still heretics among the bishops. There are still heretics among the people. But it's what is taught. What do we believe is all that is sung during the liturgy. Right? Even go to the heaviest one. Go to the Jordanville prayer book. That's pretty heavy stuff. Check that out. We recognize we're sinners. Can sinners be saved? That's the whole point of the incarnation.